Starting with the eye. We have a model here, but before starting drawing for the model, I'd like to remind you of the anatomy of the eye. Now, if you remember, from the skull, there were two sockets into which the complete sphere of the eye nestles. Now, you're not going to be able to see this in life, but the point is that we see a small section of that sphere, and the fact that it is a sphere means that as the lids wrap over the section of the sphere and the iris and the pupil are revealed, usually just slightly cut by the upper lid, you feel the way that these follow the form. So that the white of the eye is not just a flat white shape. It's actually part of this whole sphere which is hidden and nestling within the orb. And it's really essential to feel that going on. Even the form underneath the eyes can tend to follow it, and the brow above it will follow the ridge of the orbit. So let's try drawing a real eye now. Or two eyes even. I'm not going to draw the whole orbit now because we know that it's there, and as long as we're conscious of it, when you draw I'm going to start here with the lower lid because I can see the inner edge, the inner thickness of the lower lid. And that sweeps round, following what I can see very little of the white, but I know that that's part of the sphere. The upper lid, because of the viewpoint that we have here, is almost disappearing from view under the brow, and here is the iris. Tear duct in the corner, and out to the orbit, which again from this view is quite close to the top of the eye, and here is the eyebrow that sits on the top of the orbit. That's the furthest out part, therefore protecting the eye. Don't make too much of the eyelashes. They're there, but they're not very dominant. Before really finishing that eye off, it's good to move across to the other one, and the line here, again due to my angle, is a downhill one. And although the nose impinges between, we have to sort of think about the distance between that tear duct and the other one. Now I say that that distance between that tear duct and the other one is just about as long as the length of the eye. That's happening here because I'm seeing it. It's also something I half expected to be true, because it very often is. But it's not a rule, and you shouldn't rely on it. Now I can see even more. I'm looking down into the thickness of the lower lid on the other eye. And I've got a better view of the top, just the outer edge of the top lid, and it does actually draw attention there to the eyelash. Here goes the other iris and pupil, and very closely above it the other eyebrow. Refer back, yes, that's going all right. And then the nose divides the two. There's a feeling of the continuation of the sphere which I mentioned underneath the eye too. And you can always sense the outer edge of the orbit, which is the cheekbone. And I'm just putting indication of that in too. And this side as well.